What's up, guys? If you are into music reaction channels that are honest, raw, and authentic, look no further. You found your destination. It is the Tazzz and Philly Show. Welcome to our journey.
And make sure that you subscribe below and enjoy the show.
What is good, you sexy son of a guns? It is Philly. That is Tazzz. It is the Tazzz and Philly Show, and we are back with another reaction video. What is up, guys? It is Philly. That is Tazzz, and we are back with another highly requested song by the subscribers is what I'm trying to say. A highly requested song by the subscribers. I can't talk tonight. I think I'm half asleep. With that being said, I'll try to get the rest of it straight. It's going to be Falling in Reverse. And please refresh me again. This is going to be I'm Not a Vampire, if I remember correctly, right? I'm Not a Vampire?
Correct.
Okay, this is from 11 years ago. I guess this is a two-part segment, essentially. Like, we're supposed to listen to this song and then another one right after that, which is what we're going to basically do. Believe that Tazzz said this is a 10 or 11-year-old song, so you're going back a little bit. So I'm assuming that the style of music might be different from what we've heard with the more recent stuff, but we've kind of gone all over the place with them now. We've gone backwards, we've gone forward, we've gone kind of in the middle, so might as well reverse back to 10 years ago again and see what this is all about. Like I said, it was highly suggested by a lot of different people, so shout out to everybody that wanted to hear this. Him and I haven't heard it at all, so it should be interesting. What do you think? Any thoughts on this? And then we'll get into it.
Well, I love vampires. I'm gonna say something that years ago, and this got Philly pissed. I was so into vampires, I wanted to surgically get Lumineers implanted, and I was going to do it, but Philly damn near begged me not to. And I gave in because he had some good points, and he was really, really concerned. So, and then fast forward,
you want to make
now
sure
we're going to watch 2 damn videos about vampires. So that just cracks me up.
You're talking about Fang Lumineers. I want to be completely square, not just Lumineers, Fangs. He wanted to have surgically
reference vampires. Who referenced vampires and talks about regular teeth?
I want to make sure everybody understood what I was telling you about. You wanted to have fangs surgically implanted into his mouth. And you're talking about a man at the time that was over the age of 40 at least.
What?
So at least you might have been 60. I'm not sure, or maybe it's that you look 60. No, you look 60. Maybe that's the problem.
I look damn good. Tell everybody. Tell me I look damn good in the comments. Thank you.
You can be told whatever you want to hear.
I'm
don't
older
even
than
true.
him.
That's true, and you look older than me by a lot, like by like 2 decades older. But I kid by saying anyway. Yeah, he wanted fangs, and I suggested that was probably not a great idea for somebody that wanted to have like a job in the business world, or just be around people that didn't want to get scared out of their head when he would talk or smile at them because he had pointy fangs, like he's Kiefer Sutherland from the Lost Boys. Like, who is this guy? So anyway, we're past that. Let's get into.
Why can't I be Blade Wesley Snipes? You have to throw Kiefer in there.
Why? Because you're black, you got to be Blade?
At least make it match up.
Oh, fine. I didn't even think about Blade. Blade didn't even cross my mind, but that's all right. Blade was a good movie. Blade was a decent movie. Wesley was decent in that. That was before he did tax evasion, but that's another story. And well, that's on another reaction video. We'll do tax evasion reaction videos. There's probably a few of them out there, but we'll get into I'm Not a Vampire by Falling in Reverse. So thank you again to all the fur fans as we go down the most luxurious, beautiful fur hole we could possibly go down on this wonderful Friday evening. So Tazzz, without further ado, why don't you hit the button that says PLAY, and that'll play the song for us, and then we'll get into it and react to it and see what's up.
Sounds good if you shut up. Thank you.
So how did you end up in rehab? Tell me a little bit about it, and you'll talk to me.
Oh, really? Oh.
I'm in here. It was a little bit of a misunderstanding.
I'm not an addict. I just came here looking for some friends.
No idea why I'm in here.
Okay.
veins. When did I become so cool? I'm insane. Well, I can feel it in my bones, coursing through my veins. When did I become so cold? For goodness sake, where is my self-control? If home is where my heart is, then my heart has lost
Tell me a little bit about Ronnie.
Ronnie's.
I guess it may be the hair thing or what, I'm not sure, but you know, we kind of click.
We are cut from the same paisley cloth, my friend.
He's a rocker. I know he can.
Ronnie and I are pretty good friends. You know, we were sillies back in prison.
I think Ronnie's kind of an asshole.
He's a party animal.
You've had a good time. You know that.
And you know something, God, when all the little babies come down the ramp, he stamps the ones that are his precious little special babies, and Ronnie's got the cleft. Well, as soon as I saw that, that was it.
Okay.
Yeah, that was it had, I don't know if I won't say the lyrical part of that song, like the words itself, but the guitar riff and some of that guitar solo reminded me so much of like 80s hair band, almost like just that long extended guitar, like the high pitch. I don't know how to describe it, but it just had that feeling to me. I don't know if anybody else will agree with that, but that's what it made me think of. I'm talking purely the musical part of it, not the actual words itself, but definitely, I mean, I actually honestly wasn't sure what I was going to think of it at first. I kind of really liked it. I thought it was kind of catchy, but it reminds me of the song more of that time. Like you can tell that was a little bit older, but that guitar riff to me definitely had like an 80s hair band sort of feel for me. I don't know, like if you agree or even know what I'm even talking about, but what are your thoughts on it?
I don't know if you mean if that's a group. Is there a group called 80s Hair Band?
Oh, goodness gracious.
So
really?
It reminds you of 80s Hair Band. Like, is that a group?
It reminds me of 80s hair bands. Like, back in the 80s, most of the rock bands had crazy hair. Def Leppard, Cinderella, Black Sabbath.
Oh, okay. So you're
80s.
clumping them into 80s Hair Band. All right.
Yeah,
The way
you never heard that before? I got to remember, I'm dealing with a black guy over here. You never heard of 80s hair bands. I forgot about that.
In many aspects, I'm whiter than he is.
That's
nothing to
true.
do with it. But I mean, I never heard somebody say like the guitars sounded like long-haired men. Like, so that threw me off. Like, what are you?
No, that's like a terminology that's used when you 80s hair band is like an homage to the style of the 80s. Like those guys had the big hairspray hairs, like
yeah, I get it now that you
Guns N'
explained it.
Roses, Cinderella. They go back and look at the 80s bands. That's all I meant. So that's it. Now I'm not saying they had that per se, and I'm not even saying that the lyrics reminded me of that, but I'm saying the riff, the guitar, the music part of it, the long guitar solo that they had, very 80s-ish from that era. That's what it felt like to me.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, I liked it too. It was very lighthearted. First of all, it was very it seemed like he was having just so much fun. Even probably, you feel like they even had fun when they were making this. Of course, this was, older Ronnie, so it's hard for my brain to like disassociate the two because like the video quality and expertise in his current today videos versus that, it's such a huge difference. But it's refreshing because it allows you to see his progression.
Yeah.
He still had that amazing voice, so I mean that's great, of course. So it was really good to appreciate that. So I love the videos. It made me smile and comical, and like even the littlest things, like it said Jason Voorhees because I'm sure they probably couldn't say Voorhees, and then Corey's something. His voice was stellar, and it does make me reminisce of back in the 80s because the 80s was my favorite time period for music, that is. And I just love being transported back in time. Plus, of course, I was younger, so who doesn't want to go back to their younger years? So I really liked it overall, and I like how he said, excuse me, I'm I'm not a vampire, but you know, it's like I sleep all the time, and you know the things that vampires do. So that's why, you know, he made that reference. So in many aspects, that makes me like a vampire, like because I love nighttime versus daytime. I love nocturnal, you know, times, and I love the cold.
Yeah.
And
You also sleep hanging upside down.
I also sleep hanging upside down. So anyway, and I love fangs. So
Yeah, that's true. That is true. You definitely like fangs. You like, and you had a gothic stage. Yeah, you probably were born to be in a vampire movie or something. But
yeah.
unfortunately, you're not Kiefer Sutherland, so it didn't work out for you. But I liked it, and I'm very curious to see how this goes to the next version. Now, do you know offhand, is the next song that goes along with this, how far down the road was it written? Is it like newer, like is it right after, or is it like years later?
10 years. This one was 11 years ago, and then the other one, it says it was 1 year ago.
Oh, so it's relatively new. Okay, so then I'm expecting this to be a whole new sound now. So
yeah, I mean, if it's anything like the other comparison between the Drug in Me Is You and the Drug in Me Is
You Imagine. Yeah.
Woo, what a difference. So I'm expecting something like that. And now that this is going to be fresh in our minds because we're doing these back-to-back same night, it's going to really be impactful. So I'm excited when we do that in the next video.
Yeah. Yeah, I am too. I'm very curious to see if he takes that approach again where it's much different. So this was refreshing. I wasn't sure what to think. I'm always afraid when we go back to some of the older stuff that I'm just not going to like it. I'm actually waiting for it to happen, but it hasn't yet with this. So I'm pleasantly surprised. It was a really good suggestion. So guys, keep surprising us. I mean, I think at some point we're going to hit a roadblock, but we haven't. You guys have been coming up with some really good ones. So thank you guys again. And I guess we should get into rating it unless you want to add a little more to it.
Nope, let's rate. I'm excited and ready.
All right. Well, then anybody new to the channel, or if you have been with us a while now, you have a 2-rating system. It's ass or pass. Essentially, if we do not like the song, thumbs down, it's ass. And if we like the song, thumbs up and we pass it. Tazzz will attempt to count to 3, and I will drum roll because I am one hell of a drummer. Let me break out the drumsticks. Hold on. They're in my pocket up here. Hold on.
Did he make a sound effect? Oh, my God.
Oh, here we go. Ready?
Worst sound effect ever.
All right, 3. Ready? All right, here we go.
Count, damn it. 3, 2, 1. And he doesn't know how to stop. Come on, goofball. Let's go.
Oh, here we go. Ding, 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 ding.
All right, all right.
Falling in reverse. Ronnie, congratulations on another successful thumbs up video. Yeah, I've been pleasantly surprised. It's nice to get to hear a band you haven't really listened to before and kind of follow this journey of songs and directions that I wouldn't have known to even look at. I wouldn't have known what order to go in. So thank you guys so much for pointing us in the right direction and showing these awesome videos. And, you know, before we get out of here, thank you so much for spending the last 17 minutes with us. You could be anywhere in the world that you would want to be right now, and you chose to be with us, and we couldn't appreciate you more for that. So until next time, stay tuned because the newer version, what's the new one called again? Please forgive me. What's that song called?
I'm Not a Vampire Revamped.
I should have remembered that. I'm Not a Vampire Revamped will be up next. So thank you again. I am Philly. That is Tazzz. It's the Tazzz and Philly show. Peace.
Take it easy and keep it breezy.